Hello everyone! How is it looking? Can you hear me? Are things moving? Sorry for the return of the scuff. And that's an echo? Oh. The echo's only on my end. That's alright, that's not picking up again. Okay, are there drops? Yes, there are drops. Hang on. So I upped the bitrate earlier because I saw the recommendations for YouTube have changed, and the bitrate's been quite low. But I thought that was a max would be allowed. But it seems setting the bitrate higher seems to be causing drops. I'm trying to find the right level bitrate to see what it's okay with. Hang on. Alright, I'll bring the model into view. Hello everyone! Sorry once again for for the messy start. Hang on. This seems to be stable now. Okay, so we were previously at 4,500 kilobits per second, which I thought was the maximum allowed on YouTube. But I saw YouTube's help page earlier today said 4,500 is the minimum, and you can now go up to 9,000 kilobit per second. I thought that'd be particularly helpful because live streams like crush the bit. You notice it especially when there's heavy motion in video. It gets very, very, very compressed. The lower the bitrate, the worse that compression looks. A great example is looking at, you know, if there's confetti moving in video, it gets really murky really quick. So you want that as high as possible. You also want it to be quite low because of to save bandwidth, particularly for live stuff. So that's why recorded videos you can usually go with a higher bitrate, whereas live stream you can't have it too high because it's going up live. Rachel Simon, thank you. All credit to my good friend Kiwi, whose links are in the description, for the design and the rigging. Kiwi has done an amazing job. Yeah, I saw that YouTube settings now allow up to 9,000 kilobit per second, and that was a sausaging lie. We are now up to 6,000 kilobit per second, which is better than the 4,500 we were on before. So hopefully this does still increase the quality of the stream going forward. I'm not seeing any dropped frames since I dropped down to 6,000. So this seems to be the ideal bitrate. We'll go with this. Sorry, I'm a video guy. This is my jam. You get me talking, I won't bleed and stop. Anyway, we are 10 minutes late because of that. My apologies again, but how's everyone doing? Atlas Horizon, Raiha, Chase, Phoenix of Space, Rachel, MRS Art, Kingsley, and Eldritch Moth. Anyone else I've missed? Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Just as the music gets a bit heroic as well. We are continuing the Portal saga. I'll record locally as well. Where last time we finished off Portal and the Still Alive map pack from the 360 version, and today we will be continuing with Portal 2. Also, I don't have a Stream Deck. I don't have like I could do with physical buttons to press to change scenes and everything. I don't have that. What I do have is a controller that I can use that I've set up key bindings to do this. I used a physical controller to do that, and I'm way happier than is necessary. Also, I think I've fixed the thing where the chat keeps stopping. Let me know if chat stops updating midway through. But I think that's fixed. And I was also doing test recordings earlier. I hope I fixed the thing where the game kept dropping frames. There's something about the Portal games It might be to do with the source, like Source Engine games, that it doesn't like having the game running and being focused and being recorded on OBS and having a VGuber model running all at the same time. The fix, for anyone interested, oh, I guess it won't show me in the menu like it will in the first portal. The fix was to crop the frame rate for the game, so the game isn't running any faster than 60 frames per second, even though I normally have it running unlocked because I have a 144 monitor, but the stream only runs at up to 60. So hopefully that's fixed it. My preview is looking okay, but the game hasn't started running properly yet. I tested it. It should be fine. But you know what? You know the old idiom about plans meeting the enemy. The enemy is trying to run the stream, and the plan is run a stream like this, and the plan doesn't work. Mixed metaphors. It's a maloffer. Anyway, Portal 2. Let's start a new game. We won't get all the way through the game in one stream, maybe 2 streams. But we'll see how far we can get. Let's jump in now. He says dramatically, and then we get, of course, to a loading screen. And I have to keep talking anyway. By the way, I am running reshade on this, so it might look slightly different than the base game.
Good morning. You
But
have
I
been
think
in
it makes it
suspension
look
for
better.
50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing
Moth in a
candidates in
leather
the Atmosphere
jacket. Hell
Science
yeah.
Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise.
Here's the terminal, by the way. All I did was FPS tab, then set max to 60. So if you're having this same trouble on your end trying to capture this game, that's how I solved it. Also, I'll put on the captions. Yeah, subtitles only. Just because I might be speaking of this. Let me know if the volume of the game is too loud. I can drop the volume because we don't want to have it too loud.
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor. Good.
Yeah, I looked down, I guess not enough.
Of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There's a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art. You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed.
This wallpaper references what this room originally looked like during development, apparently. You originally woke up on like a desert island. It's quite an inventive way of having like a tutorial for the most basic of commands, because that was all about how you look up and down, how you walk around, and also have a tutorial for jumping shortly as well. Something I learned when trying to teach someone who never plays games how to play the most basic of games like Minecraft. There are things that are just so ingrained as someone who plays games, like looking around, using WASD to move, or using dual stick controls in a controller, that you don't realise that if someone has never played games before, that is so alien to them. There was a story I read about someone that works at a place that ran a program for teaching elderly people how to use computers. And when someone was told to use the mouse to move the cursor around the screen, they picked up the physical mouse and put it on the monitor, flat on the monitor. And sure, like to a lot of us, it's walking around and just looking around and pressing, A for yes and B for no. They're just so ingrained, but it means you forget that there are people who do need
You have been in suspension
those
for
instructions. It's interesting.
Hello?
For me, anyway.
Anyone in there?
I'm in here.
Hello?
Immediately. Any test subject
Are you gonna open the door
at this time
at any
will be
time?
assumed to have exercised.
I don't know if you forgot what, but last time he did a faded border thing for the model. Faded border thing? You might need to reword that, sorry. Oh, I forgot my controller.
Hello? No?
Stephen Merchant,
Are you
yes!
gonna open this door?
Alright.
Ah! Oh, God. You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you
How's
okay?
the dialogue
are you-
volume, by the way?
Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency
No
evacuation.
Stay calm, stay calm, prepare. That's all I'm saying, prepare. It's all fine, alright? Don't move, I'm gonna get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice, up to you.
This entire upcoming sequence is incredible.
You alright down there?
So if you never played
Can you
Portal 2
hear me?
before, firstly,
Hello?
why the hell not? But secondly, I hope you enjoy this. Notice how the painting changed as well, by the way.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple.
Apple.
Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
All
HK, game without tutorial. I'm not sure what HK is. Wasn't a game... Yeah. I've known Wheatley for 30 seconds, and if anything was happening to them, I will riot.
Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
I hope you enjoy this game.
Hey, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here.
If you're interested in playing the
How you
Portal
doing
games,
down there?
they're maybe like
Still
7
holding
quid on
on?
Steam. Feel free to drop out from the stream and play yourself if you don't want any spoilers, because it's an incredible game.
Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of.
This is such an amazing
Close.
technical
Can you
feat
see?
in the engine, by the way.
Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate.
The room's moving.
And whose fault do you think it's gonna be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables?
Hands up who's never seen or played Portal 2 before, and this is their first time. For everyone else who has played, don't say a word about
Okay,
the
listen,
story.
we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks...
I've played this before,
and
but...
no one's gonna ask, don't worry. But if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive. Alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there.
Docking
On the other
station.
side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a
Oh,
piece of
we're
equipment
docking
in there
manually
that we're gonna
here.
need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready.
This is the idea
Good
of
news. That is
accessing
not
the
a
docking station.
So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall.
Hell yeah.
Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes. Not bullet holes. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously,
Hang
do hold
on.
on this time. There.
By the way, for that entire sequence, we weren't actually in this room. The collision and the player were way off somewhere else on that map. And the camera was just being tricked to follow the entire room. So it simplified in the engine how it was interacting with things. This is as far as I remember from, you can play this entire game with developer commentary on, and that was how it was expressed there. But we weren't in that room, and if you play the game, you realise you can't actually crouch during that sequence. There's some really genius technical wizardry through this,
Here we go.
this entire
I'll
game.
be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet, but at least you're a good jumper. So
Yeah.
you got that. You got the jumping on your side.
Oh yeah.
Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
Okay, let's jump down. I have, of course, played this entire game many times, so we will be going through the puzzles pretty quick. But yeah, and anyone like me who has played the game before, no spoilers, don't say a word.
That's the spirit.
We'll experience this
And
as
again,
best as we
welcome
can
to the
for those of
Aperture
you playing
Science
this in the
Enrichment
first time.
Center.
Well, watching.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties
You
due
recognize
to
this room from
circumstances
last
of
time?
potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control. However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse. The portal will open and emergency testing will begin in 3, 2, 1.
This is a room. This is the exact same room we first woke up in the first portal. By the way, if you missed the stream last time, we're starting from the same location as the first portal started. Raiha, yes, that I understand now. That's what you meant, Atlas. Thank you for the reminder. Yes. I forgot that. There we go. They'll keep the tail out from showing up too much in front of the screen. Thank you. Hang on, we have been getting some drop frames due to network. How's it looking on your end? My preview is looking okay? Oh. Oh, come on. Okay, somehow that's killed the model. Hang on. Tabbing out breaks the model, apparently. Hang on. Here we go. Doot doot doot. Intermission music. Hmm. Now, the thing that fixed this every single time last stream was doing absolutely nothing, and then it just suddenly worked. But it didn't work every time. Well, we got some of the way into the game before the, well, we did have the the network issues at the start. Yeah, I could definitely do with a BRB screen. The snacks would be ideal. Hang on, do I have the wrong IP address? Like, config. Nope. I don't know what it like. This happened before when I was tabbing out to go back to OBS to change something, and that would for some reason break vBridger. Alex, welcome! How's it going? Everything's broken on our end. Maybe this time? Nope. Sorry about this, everyone. Wait, like, we did 5 streams at the start of January when I didn't have an iMac, when I couldn't edit, and that streaming was all I was able to do, and this never happened back then. It's only started happening recently. I think that was booting up VBridger causes frame drops, but as long as it runs okay when it's running, that should be okay. What have I done wrong? It's Mitch scrambling through wires. Yes. Now, what the hell IP is that? Right, I'm literally typing in IP addresses during a live stream. I'm so sorry. Wait a... Okay, stop. So for a sec, the VBridge was trying to look through an Ethernet. Before... What address even is that? That's not even an address. I'm so sorry, everyone. That address doesn't lead anywhere. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Do I explain how that was so messed up, or should we just move on? Should we just... For some reason, the program VBridger, which accepts the input from the phone and then passes it onto VTube Studio to control the model, so it's just like an intermediary between the two. For some reason, the IP address that it was looking for didn't exist. And I have no memory of inputting that IP address. So I don't know where it was looking or why it was partially working some of the time. But... hopefully that's fixed it. Explain that. Okay. I'm so sorry for all that. Let's continue with Portal 2. Hopefully that's fixed it and... was that 5 to 10 minute break for me to figure out IP addresses?
Remains an important tool for science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim.
So, I get that it's just a, like, you know, things like that happen. Well, you know, streams going on, and I as a viewer, if I'm watching a streamer, it's like, you know, I'm the kind of person who, like, I understand it's not your fault, take your time. And I appreciate everyone being patient and being lovely. I did notice this during the previous stream, it really throws off my I don't want to use the word mojo because it's a dumb word. It throws off my talky brain. I have to get into the right mindset to be. I have a presenter mode essentially, and the panic of trying to fix those it throws me off a bit. Then I feel like I'm less entertaining as a
running
result.
down your neck. Relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
But let's reclaim the atmosphere of going through this game because it's amazing and I love listening to all that. This is a room that, for those of you who were here last time, there was a room at the start that I pointed out it didn't work that well because it was designed with a portal on a rotor. It would change location on a timer, and if you're playing for the first time, you have no indication of what's going on. And it works a lot better when you're able to control it. And this is that same room, but improved. Because now it doesn't move. Now instead you're given buttons to press. Now it can decide where you want to go, and that helps when you're playing the game for the first time to teach you what is linked to what, so you understand what's going on rather than the portal's changing on a timer and not understanding why. Now we decide where to go. Now it makes a lot more sense. And I really like how this room was fantastically well redesigned. And there's something I mentioned in the previous stream where there are a lot of rooms that are clever, but could have been better designed. And this game improves it just by bounds. They really cracked the level design of this game. Phenomenal. Talky brain, yes. You know what I mean.
Good. Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture
Brandy,
Science
happy
reintegration
birthday.
associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt.
Everyone's talking about drinking. I'll drink some tea during the loading screen.
If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
This was the room last time where we picked up the portal gun for the first time. And it was doing the same thing where the portal gun would spin around and then fire portals, the blue portal. And you could at least see where the portal was coming from, but it was still timed placing the portals, and that game design I don't believe makes a return in this, which is welcome.
You made it.
Hey, Waitley
There
again.
should be a portal device on that podium over there.
Alas, there isn't.
Can't see it though.
I
Maybe
can't
it fell
either.
off. Do you want to go and have a quick look?
All right, what could possibly go wrong?
Oh! Hello?
Hey,
Can you see the portal gun?
there's bloody nothing here.
Also, are you alive? That's important. Should have asked that first. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead.
All right.
I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. All right? Brilliant. Go team.
Go, Tim.
See you in an hour, hopefully. If you're not dead.
You'll notice there are some lines in this game that have influenced a few of the way I've portrayed lines in audios. I think I've used Go Team before. Let's take a minute to soak in. This is one of the best rooms in the entire game. Hands down. To this, firstly, haunting music. The music in this game is just incredible. All this is like, these are murals describing what happened in a previous game and everything in between. So, for those who watched last time, Go Team and Respawn, yeah. Netherchew, I swear the voice sounds familiar. That, of Wheatley? Yeah, that's Stephen Merchant from the West Country. He was on the Ricky Gervais show, and he's done a whole bunch of stuff. He's been in a bunch of films as well. but I'm sure you recognise Steven version from somewhere. Apparently the developers didn't know what he was famous for in the UK. They didn't know how famous he was over here when they hired him. I don't know how fallacious that is, but this is a thing that I heard that's quite neat. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I'll caveat that. This was the development of GLaDOS, the computer that ran the this whole facility. And here's GLaDOS activating the neurotoxin that was used to try and kill us in the boss battle at the end of Portal 1. An unknown individual worshipping, or maybe not worshipping, but prostrating before the companion cube. Then we have the events of Portal 1. This was in the thumbnail for the video. This is us, Chell, and here's GLaDOS offering us cake. And the same individual perhaps. Maybe this is Doug Rapman. So all the weird locations in the first game where there's all this environmental storytelling, those are Doug Rapman's hideouts, or like sanctuaries. And I think these are drawn by him as well. Art is just beautiful. The cake, of course, relating to the cake is a lie. And we have... let's get on here. No. We're supposed to walk up. The lady that lied about the cake. This is the end of Portal 1, with GLaDOS being destroyed. Us ascending. Ratman grabs the portal gun. I'm pretty sure this has got to be Ratman. And this is a mural of the character we play as. This is Chell. It's beautiful artwork. There was a... oh look, it's the phases of the moon. So someone's lived here for a while. Hang on, let's get the... Can we see the numbers? Numbers are that way up, but I can't quite look. Yeah. So someone's lived here for a very long time. But there was a comic you can find online, the Ratman comic. I can't remember exactly what it's called. That bridges the story gap between the end of Portal 1 and the stuff before Portal 1 and leading into Portal 2. And here, the portal gun. So the orange portal is already placed. We can now create our own portals. This moment never gets old. Brilliant. I just want to take my time for like rooms like this because it's just so well done. You can never get... I love CRTs. Beautiful machines. Beautiful. And back out.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the laws of robotics to share.
This also mimics, it's not exactly the same, but it mimics a room from the first game. And this is what I pointed out last time, that... So here, we came through here. And they found out early during development of the first game that people learning about the portal mechanic for the first time didn't quite... like it says. It took some people a while, understandably, because this is quite new stuff, to grasp how portals work. Just get into your head what's going on here. I find him funny. He's fun. I love... Wheatley is amazing. And since at this stage of the game, and in the first game as well, you can only make blue portals, people assume orange portal over there, walk through blue portal, I come out over here. And then that got into people's heads, that you go through blue and you come out orange. And then this room was to teach people that the portals are two-way. So you place a blue one over there, and then you walk through orange and come out blue.
If you feel that a lethal
It's a very,
military
very basic
android
thing,
has not
especially if you play the
respected your
game
rights
before.
as detailed in the laws of robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
It's a very basic thing, especially if you've played the game before, to understand you can go in and out either side of the portal. But those sorts of things do need to be taught with the mechanics. Because there are people that, if they've never played before, might need to understand those things by doing.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
The writing in this game is brilliant. And I love, by the way, that we're going over some of the early levels from the first game. Because some of them are just, you know, very well designed. They teach exactly what needs to be taught. And for the people who play the game before, it's really cool to see how things have changed. Still says out of 19, which is neat. Where's my jazz? Oh. There's a way to trap yourself in this room, both in the first game and they kept it in the second game as well, where it's sort of like an Easter
Great
egg.
work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Oh, Gladmouth. I'm a monumental nerd. I apologize. Yeah, these murals are all done by Ratman, and we'll be seeing more of these. Unreason. Cat jumped over the moon. It's not exactly a gravity gun. You can pick things up, but the gravity gun allows you to propel things forwards with high velocity as well, which the portal gun doesn't have the capability. So it's not really a gravity gun. It just has the capability to pick things up and then put them down, but not to
If the
fire
is
them.
currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
And here we start with the first of the puzzles that are new to this game. I think this bit is just to teach you can fire on the ground as well. Alright. I'm just kind of going through slowly and smelling the roses. Because it's fun. It's fun to do that. There we go. But, if you're here to watch someone play the game for the first time, sorry. I am quite familiar. Okay. There we go. Hell yeah, I second that.
Well done.
It's like, yeah.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
Foreshadowing? But yeah, so you can pick things up, you can put things down, but a gravity gun would allow you to fire this as a weapon, while the portal gun doesn't have that capability. These things, by the way, if you didn't watch the first stream or haven't played the games, you can't fire portals through them. If I have a portal there, for instance, which I can't place, but pretend I did, and I walk through it, it will fizzle that portal, and also anything like the cubes going through the grills will be fizzled as well. Get some tea.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals.
Please remain
If the
calm.
laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
There was it's an achievement in the first game for destroying all of these. There isn't this in this game, I don't think, but you can still destroy them. Okay, what have we got here? This sort of broken, jagged shape is usually meant to imply jumping off, sort of like a cliff idea. Whee! Give me that, thank you. Whoops. Let's try that. Let's try that again. Lag? Are we just dropping to 30 frames, or was that substantial amounts of... Hang on, I'm going to tab out, and hopefully this doesn't break the model. But if it does, then we know we have a test case. Oh, there were a few drop frames there. Thanks for letting me know. I can drop bitrate if this continues, so let me know. There will occasionally be drops down to 30 frames. There's not too much I could do about that. But if it's network stuff, let me know and I can drop the bitrate further. Hopefully not.
If you are a non-employee,
no, just the one
this
ending.
facility amid the ruins of civilization. Welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
It seems to have leveled out. I think there's just one small lag spike, which could have just... I think those just will happen occasionally, but I really appreciate you letting me know. Alex, no, it's just a linear story. Okay, so we want that cube, let's put it on the button there, and that'll do stuff. I have the soundtrack from this game and Portal 1 as like my lo-fi chill-out music. Even though it's not really chill-out music, it's some of it is very ambient and dramatic. I quite like it though. And that opens that up, which sends us through there. There we go, lovely.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, old, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing. To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
Is the guy talking to us the same guy that is important later? I'm trying to be vague. I don't know what you... Oh, no.
Hey!
No.
Aye! I'm up
Aye.
here!
Is that a rendering bug? You saw that, right?
Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
I was talking a lot, and I use this as shorts on YouTube and on TikTok about how the energy pellets in the first game aren't that well designed. They're a holdover from Half-Life and from Half-Life 2, but it's very, very easy to just get killed from behind and have no idea what happened. And this was from the first game.
Right behind me there.
All right, I'm
Come on
talking.
through to the other side.
And they were replaced in Portal 2 with something that works a lot better.
Just there.
So
Right behind
the
you.
energy pellets aren't in this game, but this is a room that had the energy pellets in from the first game, with the thing that fires them and collects them. And I appreciate that, but it shows that we're not
Let me
using
explain
them this time
again. Pop
around.
a portal behind me, all right?
All right,
Come
I'm
on through.
chatting. Hold your bloody yosses. There we go.
Okay,
Explaining
listen, let
things,
me-
dude.
Lay something on you here, it's pretty heavy.
All right.
They told me never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail, or I would die. But we're out of options here.
Dramatic
so
zoom, I had to
get
do
ready
that.
to catch me,
All
all
right.
right, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3. Ready?
Do my best.
1, 2, 3. That's high. It's too high, isn't it? Really? That. All right. Going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay. Ready? 1.
Yep.
Catch me! Ow! Ow!
The pickup button doesn't work during that, so you have no choice but to drop him.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah, and I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by that. Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
Turn around.
All right, you can turn around now.
Okay.
Bam! Secret panel. Might open while your back was turned, and off we go.
Off we
Look at
go.
this. No rail to tell us where to go.
No rail.
This is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Just, hold on though, where are we going? Seriously. Hang on, let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail, actually.
Alright. An unappreciated joke. I've seen a bunch of people play this game, never pick up on that joke, never laugh at that joke, and I love it. It's just those small little bits of humour are just throughout, and I love it.
No. Yes.
Hello.
Hello. No, we're not stopping. Don't make eye contact. Whatever you do. No, thanks. We're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving. Keep moving.
I'm different. Wheelie's motion mechanics, yeah. There are videos you can see. I saw one years ago about how it works in how Wheatley's as a model is designed, and it's fascinating.
In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber, and she
Large
will probably
circular
kill us
room.
if she's awake. If you want to just call it quits, and we could just sit here forever, that's an option. Option A, sit here, do nothing. Option B, go through there, and if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us.
Who was here at the end of the first Portal stream? Remember this room.
Okay, I'm gonna lay my cards on the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over. She's off. All fine. On we go.
Said dressing is just incredible.
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was. Honestly, like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up? Taking her down in the end? You're not gonna believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed either. Apparently, this human escaped, and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long chunk of time where
Hell yeah.
Absolutely nothing happened.
Welcome back.
And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed. Don't touch him.
This was the emergency intelligence incinerator that we would drop the orbs down, and then this bit was behind the wall.
Okay,
that we
down
didn't
these
see.
stairs. Jump! This actually, look at it. That's quite a distance, isn't it? Okay, you know what? Go ahead and jump. You've got braces on your legs, so you're all set. Although no braces on your arms, though. So you're going to have to rely on the old human strength to keep a grip on the device, and by extension, me. So do really make sure you keep a grip on me. Also, a note.
He was going to
still
keep
held.
talking.
Still being held. That's a great job. You've applied the grip. We're all fine. That's tremendous. I just looked down. I do not recommend it. I've just done it again.
Let's not. Let's not.
This is the main breaker room. Let's go in.
Oh, not in
Look
enough.
for a switch.
All right.
It says escape pod. All right, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Obviously you've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something that doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing. All right. But
None
don't
of
touch
them
anything
are
else or look
labelled
at
though,
anything. Well,
dude.
look at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on.
Okay.
Let there be light. That's
I can bloom.
God. It's quoting God. Oh, look at that. Turning. Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now. Escape pod. It's moving up. Okay, no, don't worry. I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster. Uh-oh.
Power up initiated.
Okay, don't panic. All right, stop panicking. I can still stop this.
Well, you better have,
There's
mate.
a password. Okay, it's fine.
You-
I'll just hack it. It's not a problem.
Alright, hack away. Dude. You missed B.
Wait, did I do B?
Yep.
Start writing these down.
Power up complete.
I don't. Okay, listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. Done nothing wrong. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time.
Hasn't it?
How have you been?
I've been good.
I've been
How are
really
you?
busy being dead.
Oh, good.
After you murdered me.
Well, I could only
What?
apologise.
Oh no!
Two British men interacting in the stream.
No!
Okay, look. We both said a lot of things that you're going to regret.
Alright, look.
But I think
You know.
we can put our differences behind us.
Oh,
For
wait.
science. You monster.
Bit rude. But I only killed you a little
I will
bit.
say, though, that since you went to all
You
the trouble
started
of
it.
waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need
Down
to
the
take
emergency
care of
intelligence
first.
incinerator. The irony. I love this game so much. Send you to the gulag.
Here we are, the incinerator room. Be careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when you threw them down here. The dual portal device should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
See that? Hey. Got ya. Sorry, mate. I'll get you out of here. Maybe not. Do you recognize this room, by the way?
There it is. Hold on.
Subtle. It's very subtle, but still.
There. Good. You have a dual portal device.
Heck
there should
yeah.
be a way back to the testing area up ahead.
Her voice acting improved a lot. She feels a lot more alive in a twisted way. Yeah, the voice of GLaDOS in this game, Ellen McLean did focus more on how most people remember her speaking, which was in the last 5 minutes during the boss battle,
Once
rather than how she
testing
said it throughout
starts,
the main
I'm
game.
required by protocol to keep interaction with you to a minimum. Luckily, we haven't started
still
testing
Chundran,
yet. This will be our
Oh.
only chance to talk.
Oh, alas. GLaDOS is back. How's it going, Star? We had this. We were on the unstationary scaffold here, just slightly above the ground, because this was all acid. Moving down over here towards the fire. This is where we were going to be baked, and we escaped up there. We're now going backwards through Chamber 19. And it's never mentioned outright. It just
Here,
clearly is.
let me get that for
And
you.
I love that.
Do you know the
Thank you,
biggest
very
lesson I
helpful.
learned from what you did? I
do
discovered
tell.
I have a sort of black box quick save feature. In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis. I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever. You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge. Luckily, I'm a bigger person than that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only 60 more years to do it.
Why?
More or
What
less.
happens after that?
I don't have the actuarial tables in front of me. But the important thing is you're back, with me. And now I'm on to all your little tricks.
I
So
don't know what
there's
you're on
nothing to stop
about.
us from testing for the rest of your life. After that, who knows? I might take up a hobby. Reanimating the dead, maybe.
She's so sassy. Yeah, passive aggression, yeah. Let me get that for you. How do you know so much about this game? I'm a colossal nerd. Sorry.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. By
Yeah,
the
you need to
way,
do better than
thanks
this,
for
dude.
that.
Come on.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh good, that's back online. I'll start getting everything else working while you perform this first, simple test, which involves deadly lasers, and how test subjects react when locked in a room with deadly lasers.
This is what I was saying about energy pellets. This is a recreation of the room where we see energy pellets for the first time. And showing, it's moved out of the way, get rid of the energy pellet thing, get rid of the energy pellet receiver, and replace them with lasers, which work so much better as game design. Way better. Rather than one energy pellet that you have to wait for and sometimes it hits you from behind so you don't see it, instead it's a laser. Same concept of it firing out of one area. You have to reposition with portals to go into the receiver to activate a thing. So it works in the same way, only there's no waiting around because there's no timing. And it doesn't just sneak up from behind you and kill you. You can always see the path that it's taking, because it takes the path instantly and constantly. And also it doesn't kill you in one go like energy pellets do. It does... Hang on, I'll move this out. Move it out of the way. It does small amounts of damage, and then pushes you back. Way better designed. So much better design. Also, since it's the same puzzle problem and solution as the energy pellet, they've inverted it. Because instead of in the original, you had to fire the energy pellet from there, out of there, into here, and that would lift the it would lower the thing and then lift you up. This time, it teaches you the other thing about this, where you have to activate and deactivate lasers. Which teaches you can't just solve it then walk up. You have to walk onto it first and then solve it. Because if you solve it too
Not
early,
bad.
you solve it out
I
of
forgot how
out
good
of time.
you are at this. You
Thank
should
you.
pace yourself, though. We have a lot of tests to do.
I think we're doing fine. You want me to pace myself because it takes you so long to make more tests, GLaDOS? Come on, catch up. By the way, I took a swig of tea after that, which looks a whole lot more sassy in person, because with a VTuber model, it just freezes the model. And I just look silly
This
for a
next
moment.
test involves discouragement redirection cubes. I just finished building them before you had your, well, episode. So now we'll both get to see how they work. There should be one in the corner.
Well then. I like that all the panels are just coming back to life. So this works the same as a regular weighted storage cube, only you can also use it to redirect lasers. There's so much character in them. And now, because we can't walk through this, we need something on this. Whoop! Grab you, put you there.
Well done.
Thank
Here
you.
come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what
What?
it says. A horrible person.
Since
We
when?
weren't even testing for that.
Well, actually, yeah, probably, to be fair. Oh no, she's telling... She can't be telling you all of my secrets. I
Don't
have
let
to,
that
Marv.
horrible
I have
person
to.
thing discourage you. It's just
But it
a
hasn't
data
so far.
point. If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep.
Wow. Wow. Spoiling Mitch's backstory. Okay. I'll level the particle. Okay, so we've got two lasers here. We have one receptacle there, and I believe one there as well, yes. And we've got one cube. So that means one solution will be using portals to get through a wall and then redirect into one of the two receptacles. And the other, excuse me, will be to use the cube to redirect. But before we do that, Easter egg. One of Doug Ratman's lairs. If you've got headphones on, bit of music as well. Sucker's Luck, Exile, Vilify, which is the name of the music playing right now, I think. Don't even try. Feels like a trial. I don't know if these are lyrics from the song. Too many variables. A lot of beans brand beans. Ratman must be English. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna fizzle this. Actually, no. Take it over here. Okay. Up. Well, that works. Fix that up a little bit. There we go. And we want the second one. Oops. Be there. Up.
Congratulations. Not on the
Perfect.
test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
Can we talk about my bank account? Hey, British joke, because pounds. Anyway. I had to, sorry. Beans brand beans are the best bean brands for beans. Soft music plus broken ambience is a special feeling, yeah.
One moment.
Oh yeah, if it's lagging behind a
You are
little bit,
navigating this test
I
universe.
did take a few minutes to read those. I didn't read them as soon as they appeared, but yeah, you might want to reload the stream every now and then if you feel like you're lagging behind a bit, or if there's too many drops at any point. Refreshing the stream might help bring it back up. But there should be maybe 10
Faster
seconds
than I
of
can
lag.
build them. So feel free to slow down and do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility.
I'm talking with my friends. That doesn't include you, GLaDOS. Go with the Mitch eyes because I'm being cheeky. Okay, so what do we have here? We have one laser receptacle, which will be activated there. We get a cube over there for button. Really handy to take when you first go into a room that you've never seen before. I've seen this room before, but if you're playing this game or another game like it, especially puzzle stuff, working backwards from the solution to where you start is a great way to figure it out. Which we'll see a lot in when we play a Portal mod called Portal Reloaded, which we will be playing at some point. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to activate that, and that activates that. Cool! It was, yes. Because I'm being a cheeky sausage, so I'll go with Mitch eyes. Who made the VTuber model? My good friend Kiwi. They're on YouTube by the name of Sleepy Soundbox, artist Sleepy Sketchbook. Their link is below in the description, and they do amazing stuff. They both designed, drew, and rigged the model. I did an amazing job. There we go. And we'll just pick it up.
I'll give you credit. I guess you are listening to me. But for the record, you don't have to go that slowly.
I'm
Waddle over to the
streaming,
elevator and
dude.
We'll continue the testing.
I'm talking with people. Taking my time, having fun. It's not a race. Give you a chance to make more rooms. I know it takes you a while. GLaDOS, are you running MS-DOS? You need more RAM, dude. They just go through a wall. I just wanted to show that. It's a cool
This next
effect,
test
but they
involves
just
the
took to
Aperture
the wall.
Science aerial faceplate. It was part of an initiative to investigate how well test subjects could solve problems when they were catapulted into space. Results were highly informative. They could not. Good luck.
Good line. We start to see the facility coming back to life. All this grimy stuff falling away, and the new replacing it. Hop. That small animation there of this forming is made to draw your eye to the target to make you associate this shape with that's where you will land. So you always know when you fling out at them, you're going to be somewhere safe. You're not just going to fall into somewhere unsafe. Pop. You grab it, not in one go. Notice, by the way, if you've got headphones on, the ambient music. The music in this game is so well designed. As you get closer, because the music is all directional.
Here's an interesting fact. You're not breathing real air. It's too expensive to pump this far down. We just take carbon dioxide out of a room, freshen it up a little,
I want to know what
and pump
freshen
back
it
in.
up means.
So you'll be breathing the same room full of air for the rest of your life. I thought that was interesting.
At least I'm breathing air. Get on my level, scrub.
Let's see what the
Antagonist
next
sassy
test
character?
is. Oh, advanced aerial faceplates. Well, have fun
That could be
soaring
fun.
through the air without a care in the world. I have to go to the wing that was made entirely of glass and pick up 15 acres of broken glass. By myself.
I don't know if it's the music in this room, but there is a track in the soundtrack called 15 Acres of Broken Glass. Visual glitch there. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I think this music is called 15 Acres of Broken Glass. Okay. Oh. Bop. Salty GLaDOS.
Oh, sorry. I'm still
Assuming it's
cleaning out
Easter
the
egg
test
monster.
chambers, so sometimes there's still trash in them, standing around, smelling and being useless. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you. You don't have to
Oh.
test with the garbage. It's garbage. Press the button again.
The frame drops are on my end, by the way. It's the music! Don't need all that. Broken turret over there. Come here. Lovely. Now, before we solve the puzzle, I want to see an Easter egg. Okay. There we go. Here we go. So if you take this radio through here, out of that portal into there. Smooth jazz fails. Nothing is real. Moon phases. Companion cubes again. So this sound, it was also added into the first game as a post-launch Easter egg, where you could take radios to certain locations, and they make this weird squealing noise. And what it is if you take this noise, I don't want to disrupt the stream and bring it up now on screen, but I'll post the picture of it to Twitter and on Discord as well, straight after the stream. This sound is an image. Each blip, each line, is like a line of pixels. And using some spectrogram program, you can convert it into an image. Actually, I won't post it straight after this stream because it can be a bit of a spoiler for what's to come. So I'll leave it for now. But after I've finished this game, I'll post the pictures on the Discord and on Twitter as well, if you follow me there. But yeah, on second thoughts, I won't show the picture yet until we beat the game. I'll take you with us. What? So the button is there, because you can always follow the blue line from the door to whatever the trigger is. Oh. Lovely. You fall off the button. I've never seen that happen before. Whee. There we go. Up.
Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage standing around being useless? That was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you.
Yes, I
And I'm
noticed,
sorry.
thank you.
You didn't react at the time, so I was worried it sailed right over your head, which would have made this apology seem insane. That's why I had to call you garbage a second time just now.
You underestimate me, GLaDOS. That'll be your mistake. It was once already. Same mistake
Did you know
twice?
that people with guilty
I thought you were smarter
consciences
than
are
that.
more easily startled by loud noises?
Nice try.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that went off. Anyway, just an interesting science fact.
It's the cube. Of course.
Oh, did I accidentally fizzle that before you could complete the test? I'm sorry.
She's playing with us.
Go ahead and grab another one.
You could hear her grinning.
Oh, no. I fizzled that one too. Oh well. We have warehouses full of the things. Absolutely worthless. I'm happy to get rid of them.
If you got headphones on, if you if you got headphones on, listen very, very, very closely to the music. I'll talk less loudly in order to boost the volume up. Listen really, really closely, because you got the chords of the music. Very slow chord progression. There it was. But if we get close to the cube, you should hear that in your left ear. Move it around to the right so you can hear it. companion cube is singing really, really quietly. Cube is singing a song that appears right at the end of the game. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. If you got your volume really, really loud, heads up, I'll start talking in a normal tone in a few seconds, so you might want to lower your volume back down to where it was. Okay, back to the game. So, this is an instance of something that you couldn't do with the energy pellets in the first game. You can interrupt the beam. Let me move it out of the way of the beam again. It gives you so much more application than the energy pellets did, and I love that. Such great design. Okay, we need to get over here with the cube. Can we grab it on the way down? Okay, never mind. I was going to try and grab it on the way down. Frecklin Hyde, welcome! Sorry I'm a little late on responding. That opens that up. Whee! Nice! Let her talk for a second, but we're coming back.
Every test chamber is equipped with an emancipation grill at its exit, so that test subjects cannot smuggle test objects out of the test area. This one is broken. Don't take anything with you.
I wonder what she means by that. The one room, we get the companion cube back, and the fizzler is broken. Oh, I need to place a throw there. A portal there. Boop. Go on, we're taking you to the end of the game. Come with me. Save the song cube.
I think that one was about to say, I love you. They are sentient, of course. We just have a lot of them.
We had to show that. I'm sorry. I wish I could have saved the song cube. Demonstrating the fizzler. Do we have a better look? Ah, there we go.
This next test involves emancipation grills. Remember, I told you about them in the last test area that did not have one.
Hang on a second. Thanks for the reminder, by the way, GLaDOS. Oh yeah, so this is teaching you how the fizzler things work, because you can't fire through them.
Oh no, the turbines again. I have to go. Wait, this
Something
next
to do with
test
the
does
turbines.
require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version.
Okay.
There, if you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. Test on your own recognizance. I'll be right back.
That is such an amazing joke, by the way. Okay, yeah, you can't fire through these. There hasn't been much interplay with them in the puzzles yet, so this is teaching you what they can do. And also, they fizzle portals. So both are gone now. It resets the all your portals. Which means we want to get this through... there. That opens the door, but walking through it fizzles the portals and closes the door again. Okay. So you want to go through there. Where's the... There it is. I'll demo this as well. And you've also seen it fizzles everything. It also has this thing as you get close to it now to show, hang on, something's about to happen, which the original game didn't do, and I love that this one does. Okay, we can put that through there. Pop. Done. All these videos are really accessible Bink videos in the game's directory. You can convert from Bink to like AVI and other formats with rad video tools. So you can actually get those videos from the game files and convert them into something usable if you ever wanted, or easily convert from like uncompressed AVI into Bink and just replace the files if you want a different video playing in the background. Feasibly, you could have anything you wanted playing here. I just had a weird flashback to a joke I did with a friend, because I've done this with other games as well. Where a friend sent me a highly compressed copy of the entire film Shrek, but in like 140p. And I put it in the background of a game because you can just replace Bink files really easily. I could replace this with Shrek. I might do that at some point just as a joke. Yeah, B-movie, just dumb stuff like that is perfectly feasibly doable. Anyway, back to the game.
Hey, it's me! I'm okay!
It's him!
Well, I'm back. The aerial faceplate in here is sending a distress signal. You broke it, didn't you?
No.
There. Try it now.
Your equipment's crap. You need to do better.
Believe what happened, right? I was just lying there. You thought I was done.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
That was me playing around with the bitrate before this stream. I'll add a few more zeros. Oh no! Generousness is a great word for this context.
Bird, right? Couldn't believe it either.
You seem
So
to have
sassy.
defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done.
Hey, happy
I'll
Easter,
just
Frambo,
lower
and
the
everyone.
ceiling.
Just lower the ceiling, alright. It's rabbit night. Whee! Okay, working backwards. Need to activate that with a laser. The laser's over here. It's not going into a wall, so we'll need a cube. You can get cubes from over here using that button. And to get to that button, you need to fly through that, and we've already used this, which gives you momentum. That's how you solve puzzles in this game backwards. So we need to go there and go through that. You know, these games don't get too difficult. There are one or two that did stun me the first time I played, but this is stuff that I really started to pick up when playing a Portal mod, which we will get to on stream, Portal Reloaded, because there's something really, really satisfying about the first time I played that game, where I've never played a game where I've just had to put down the controls, lean back in my chair. I literally put my hand to my chin. I didn't realise that until I did it. I just have a big think. Okay, fire this through here. Up. At this. Oops. And that solves that. So that just opens a door. We can't get up there. We just go through this. Up. British man returns. Oh, just bong me head on that. A thonk,
Look at you,
yes.
Sailing
Exactly.
through the air majestically, like an eagle, piloting a blimp.
The big thing sounds like Mitch organization, yeah. It's interesting to big think about life, the universe, and everything until we realise it's all 42.
Enjoy this next.
Do you know the reason behind the answer being 42 to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? Is because the ultimate question was... there's all reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, by the way, for those who don't get it, but it's a big thing about the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything just being the answer 42. And then the computer, Deep Thought, which which calculated that, when everyone was like, hang on, that's a really unsatisfying answer, what the hell? It was like, well, you never asked what the question was. And they're like, okay, well, what is the question? And the computer was like, I'll have to think about that. Come back in 7.5 billion years and I'll tell you, whatever it was. And then after all that time, oh no, that was calculating the answer. I'm getting it mixed up. No, that was it. The computer couldn't figure out the question, but could design a second computer that could figure out the question. And that computer turned out, in the fiction of Hitchhiker's Guide, to be the planet Earth and everything that lived on it. And the question was, what do you get if you multiply 6 by 9? Think about that for a second. And the reason why, and it's that exact wording, it's not what is 6 times 9. It's what do you get if you multiply. And the reason why that doesn't actually add up is because the computer, Earth, was a very badly coded computer in the lore of Hitchhiker's Guide. So it was all a big mess and no one was satisfied. That's the joke.
I'm going to go to the surface. It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw a deer. If you solve this next test, maybe I'll let you ride an elevator all the way up to the break room. And I'll tell you about the time I saw a deer again.
And they discovered the answer to the ultimate question when the main character Arthur Dent was talking with some of the last of humanity's what would have been ancestors before they were all killed off by an invasive alien species that actually turned out to be humanity's ancestors. And he was playing Scrabble with them, and one of them spelled out, what do you get if you multiply 6 by 9? And that's when they realised, oh, that was the answer to the ultimate question. It's a great series, by the way. For the longest time, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy film was my favourite film of all time, and that was what I would always give as the example of the difference between quality and engagement. If you'd asked me what my favourite film was at the time, I would have said Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, hands down. Love it. If you'd have asked me, is it a good film? I'd have said, no. No, it is not. But it's an enjoyable film. It's an engaging film. Is it a high quality film? No. But it's a fun film. And that's why it's okay for you to like things that aren't high quality. You know, like, if for something to be high quality just means that it's more likely to be enjoyable by a greater percentage of people. It doesn't mean that it's something that you then have to like. It's fine not to like things. It's fine to like things that aren't, you know, really, really good. There's a difference between quality and engagement. Things can be engaging even if they're not the best. Oh my gosh, technical difficulty sketch. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah, if you're over 18 and are able to access the Discord, yeah, we do have an art block channel. If you wanted to share it there, or if not, feel free to chuck it at me on Twitter or whatever. And I'll check it out afterwards. Okay, I'm going up here, aren't I? Okay. So we want the oh no, we want to block it off with this one. Right. No, I have it the right route. Alright, not paying attention to the puzzle. Too busy describing the life, the universe, and everything. I'm joking. There we go. And when you solve puzzle elements, the music changes. It's subtle, but so well done. Right, so we need to take this one over there. And now this is out of the way, we can.
pass the test. I didn't see the deer today. I did see some humans, but with you here, I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
Meaning of life is what you put into it. It's really not that complicated. Yeah, answering what's the meaning of life. Seriously, meaning, values, and stuff like that are what we as humans, as thinking agents, put onto things. Value doesn't exist until there is a mind such as humans to value things. Do we have inherent intrinsic value? No. But do we have value to ourselves and to one another? Hell yes. Hell yes we do. And I think this is the thing I brought up in Alien Abduction 3 about things that matter. Because it's very easy to say, you know, the universe is going to experience heat death in a few billion years, and then everything that we've done will no longer exist, and no one will be around to... So, therefore, anything you do in life doesn't matter. It doesn't ultimately matter, but it matters to you now, and it matters to the people around you now. And it's the same thing for life. We don't need to... Like, life doesn't have a meaning. It didn't start for a reason, for a meaning, any more than... what was the reason that this rock rolled down a hill? Because of gravity, and it overcame friction. The rock didn't intend to roll. Gravity didn't intend for this pile of rocks to appear at the end of a at the bottom of a hill. Life didn't arise out of any meaning other than so there's some structures of molecules that happen to be self-replicating, and if they self-replicate imperfectly, then the manner in which they self-replicate will change over time, and the stuff that works better sticks around, and the stuff that doesn't tend to stick around, and so will trend towards it self-replicating well enough to survive through time and to specialize. Life doesn't exist for any bigger reason than that. So what? We can... So to like look for what's the reason, what's the meaning behind life seems to be the wrong question. There's any more than what's the reason for other things to happen. They just do. We live in a dynamic universe full of energy. Stuff happens. But to ask the meaning of life, we imbue things with meaning. You know, why is gold valuable? Because it's rare. Because we as people value it. And we value things that are less common. Do we value the atmosphere that we breathe? Not that much, because there's a bloody well lot of it. Do we value people? A lot, because life is temporary. And I don't really see that we need much more reason to say that life matters, to find meaning in it, than we're here and we enjoy it. Sounds good to me.
Natural light that I pump in from the surface. If you rubbed your cheek on one, it would be like standing outside with the sun shining on your face. It would also set your hair on fire, so don't actually do it.
Best not then, yeah. This thing like seeing only with my eyes. Is that what it says? But anyway, that's just my thoughts on the meaning of life. One shot. I played a brief amount of it. I never finished it. I couldn't finish it in one shot because it was like late at night and I wasn't able to get all the way through. So I did have to stop. That was a neat game. Okay. Hop. Oh, we need to activate it first. Because it keeps going, doesn't it? There we go. Hell yeah. What makes me feel alive? The very concept of feeling. That's life, good and bad. We need to get over here. Yeah. And all we can do is just make the best of it with the time that we have. I didn't mean to get so weirdly philosophical about during Portal, but yeah, there we go. Philosophy teacher. I'm a bit behind on reading the chat. Sorry, I went off on one and was not really paying attention.
Excellent.
But no, I'm a dilettante. There are one or two things that I can talk about, but to any degree of expertise, nah.
You're a predator, and these tests are your prey. Speaking of which, I was researching sharks for an upcoming test. Do you know
Sharks?
who else murders
Leah.
people who are only
Leah?
trying to help them?
Is it Leah?
Did you guess sharks?
Yeah.
Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody.
So what you're telling me is
Nobody
that
but
Leah
you
is a lovely
that
person who
pointlessly cruel.
isn't mean unnecessarily, like you, Gladys? That's what I got out of that. We are biological robots with multiple bugs. We've got a lot of bugs. Absolutely. Because I was going back to talking about evolution again. Evolution isn't... is categorized occasionally as survival of the fittest. All that means is survival of the best fit for the environment. It doesn't mean, you know, our idea of a person who is fit isn't what it's talking about. All it is not moving towards an end goal. It's not moving towards perfection. It's not even moving towards anything. All the process of evolution is this is the stuff that is well enough what's the word? Adapted to its environment. Well enough adapted to its environment that it hasn't gone extinct yet. That's all it is. If this collection of genes, if this population works well enough that it hasn't all died out yet, then it gets selected for. Or more accurately, not selected against. So hell yeah, there's a lot of bugs in all of life. All we could do is the best that we can. And that's why, you know, illnesses and things like that happen. That's why when I was 12, I had appendicitis, and my appendix decided to randomly try and kill me. Because we're a mess. And I survived because we as a society have improved to the point of understanding medicine and understanding surgery and understanding how to try our best to mitigate these problems. And that's great. But yeah, life is a colossal mess, and we do our best with what we have.
Good news.
That's the most human thing there is. Do our best with what we've got. That's good enough for me, really.
I figured out what to do
Teacher
with all
mood,
the
yeah, I'll
money I
stop,
saved
sorry.
recycling your one room full of air. When you die, I'm going to laminate your skeleton and pose you in the lobby.
Divorced
That way
energy,
future
me and
generations
Gladys.
can learn from you how not to have your unfortunate bone structure.
Wow. Anyway, from philosophy to
Perfect.
hey,
The door's
it's
malfunctioning.
let's
I guess
listen to the
somebody's
characters.
going to have to repair that too. No, don't get up. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Don't touch anything.
Take your time, love. I had to for the divorce comment.
Hey, up here. I found some bird eggs up here. Just dropped them into the door mechanism. Shut it right down.
Hey, eggs! Hey, it's Easter. Oh, we're back on theme. Hey!
Bird! Okay, that's probably the bird in it that laid the eggs. Livid. Okay, look,
Probably
the
is,
point
innit?
we're gonna break out of here. All right, very soon. I promise. I just have to figure out how to break us out of here. Here she comes. Just keep testing. Remember, you never saw me. Never saw me.
Who?
I went and spoke with the door mainframe. Let's just say he won't be, well, living anymore. Anyway, back to testing.
Alright, you cheerful bugger. Alright, we need to get up here. We can go over here. Dramatic music. And another Ratman mural. Who are you? There is no magic, only lost physics. Or moon phases, maybe? Can't tell what that says. I love finding these. Bright light there, just lighting it up fantastically. Can't get out of bounds anywhere else here. Ooh. Flip and boop. Nice. What? Whew. That was close. I was on the wrong one, wasn't I? There we go. Okay. Now I can reach that. Nice. How do we know if the robots we create are sentient? How do we know if we're sentient? Well, there's a difference, as far as I understand, between sentience and sapience. And this, I've tried to use sapience in audios when that's what I'm talking about. Where sentience is a concept of self. Like dogs are sentient, but sapience is a more specialized degree of sentience, where it's like self-reflection. As far as I understand, I might be getting the terminology slightly incorrect. Up. And up. So, life forms that think. We'll not solve it yet because you'll start talking. Most mammals and some other species. I don't want to say that mammals are more specialized or anything like that. There's a lot of animals that are intelligent enough to the degree that I think we can call them sentient, but I don't know that other animals are smart enough to the degree of sapience other than humans. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe this is just a terminology that we as humans came up with, sort of like separating other apes into Pongo. To be like, there's us because we're special, and then there's the other ones because they're not, and that's just human-centric egotism, really. We're just more specialized in the niche of intelligence than other animals, and that's the best we can really say about it. But with AI, we know the way that they think, and yeah, it's just like running logic gates. That's basically how the brain works as well. So I think it is theoretically possible in the future to make AI that is intelligent enough to be an individual and to be sapient. But we kind of know that's not really the case yet, because we design them, so we know what goes into them, and we know that we don't... we haven't been able to construct artificial intelligence that is able to self-reflect yet. It can give the impression of that, in much the same way as, like, if I say that my favorite color is blue, is my favorite color actually blue? Like, you don't have access to my brain, but you can take my word for it. If a computer says my favorite color is red, is its favorite color red? Or is it just programmed to respond to the input, what's your favorite color, with the answer red? Is it capable of having a favorite color in the first place? Or is it just responding to that one stimulus? Is, like, for instance, if you ask, because there's Easter eggs for, like, Cortana or Siri or the other like talking assistant things, some of them will have Easter eggs to say what their favorite show is or whatever. Is that actually their favorite show? Are they capable of having a favorite show or favorite anything? Or is it that just what they're programmed to respond with? it's theoretically possible to make an AI that is capable of having that degree of intelligence the way the humans do, because I'm not just responding to a stimulus. I have reasons for saying that blue is my favourite colour. They're subjective reasons. It's just that that's what I happen to favour. It's not out of rational calculation. I've assessed all the colours and I find that this one rationally is my favourite. No, it's just personal preference. It's theoretically possible to make a artificial intelligence that is intelligent to the same degree that we are to have those sorts of thoughts. But we know that, for instance, Siri is designed to, or whichever AI it is, not AI, whichever assistant it is, that has favourites like that. They don't actually have favourites, they're just programmed to respond like that. So we kind of know from how the programmer programmed them.
Well done. In fact, you did so well, I'm going to note this on your file, in the commendation section.
Oh, thank
there's
you.
lots of room here.
Oh, that's good.
Did well.
Well, I'm glad there's a lot of room for you. Enough. Did well enough. What was I just saying about evolution? That's literally what it is. Did well enough that it didn't fail.
This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck.
Compare the sass of that to how turrets were introduced in the first Portal game. It's been replaced by a live fire course. How do you live in a place like this? Temporarily. One way or another. Whoops. I clunked my mouse on something on my desk. Hello. I don't blame you.
Searching.
That went quite well, didn't it? Because I have to, I'm sorry. Because GLaDOS put me in here. That's why. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Like, I'm not a mean person, but... But I can be. Okay, this has been destroyed. Detour then, I guess. The speed... I mean, when you know the solution... I've been taking my time just to, you know, talk about it, and it's not really that... I'm not speed running, and it's not really that fun to watch me just blast through it too quick. And I like taking my time to just talk about things.
To maintain a constant testing cycle, I simulate daylight at all hours and add adrenal vapor to your oxygen supply. So you may be confused about the passage of time. The point is, yesterday was your birthday.
What?
I thought you'd want to know.
I'll have to update the lore wiki then for that information. But yeah, that was that was a turret, turret 1. So I thought I'd run through it.
You
Also,
know
a bit
how
more
I'm
action
going to
because we were just talking about the meaning of life for so long.
live forever, but you're going to be dead in 60 years? Well, I've been working on a belated birthday present for you. Well, more of a belated birthday medical procedure. Well, technically, it's a medical experiment. What's important is it's a present.
Oh. Reminds me of was it X Factor or something like that? Years ago. Simon Cowell got as a present for the rest of the judges on the panel. The gift of Botox appointments. Technically, it's a medical procedure. What's important is it's a present. Weird. This is one of my favourite levels. Sorry I just blasted through that too quick then. A game for everyone. Make the oddest sounds you can.
That jumpsuit
Slightly difficult for everyone in chat, but for my part, moi.
you're wearing looks stupid.
That's the best impression I could do. That's my impression of King Zora from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time when he scooches over to let you get access to Lord Jabu Jabu. He goes, moi.
That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine. But right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid.
You say that, but you said there was so much space on my document. I think you're just making it up.
Well, what does a neck-bearded old...
They can't both be both a statement that there's all this space on my document, and there's also talking about my jumpsuit that you gave me looks stupid. Sounds made up to me. They can't both be true. Was this about the laws of logic, of identity, non-contradiction, excluded middle? That's violating the second law. Come on, GLaDOS.
engineer know about fashion? He probably... Oh, wait, it's a she. Still, what does she know? Oh wait, it says she has a medical degree. In fashion. From France.
A medical fashion degree. Aha. Aha. Right. Okay, it's 1 AM. I just thought you should be a voice actor. I only really call myself a quote-unquote voice actor in the context of I do a YouTube channel where I put on voices. In other cases, I don't really consider myself to be much of a voice actor. I don't really do voices per se. It's most of the characters basically sound like me, just with sometimes with a slightly different accent. I don't really go too wild about it. And even then, the accents that I do are all in my comfortable range between Derbyshire and Received pronunciation, which is what I generally speak naturally. So I don't particularly consider myself much of a voice actor.
I'm going through the list of test subjects in cryogenic
Keep up, GLaDOS.
storage. I managed to find 2 with your last name. A man and a woman. So that's interesting. It's a small world.
She's cooking something.
I have a surprise waiting for you after this next test. Telling you would spoil the surprise. So I'll just give you a hint. It involves meeting 2 people you haven't seen in a long time.
Deploying surprise. Okay. So we have our laser here, needs to get in there, and all these turrets in the way, and we have a redirection cube there. There we go.
There you are.
There's also a turret in here. Hello.
Who's there?
It's me. Take care, Star. Thanks for dropping by. Alright, so we need to have this on the button. Have a good rest of your night. Boop. That keeps the laser on, and we can get rid of all these turrets. Now, what we also want to do I mean, if you've played this game before, if you know this Easter egg, you know I have to show this. Enjoy a little Easter egg. I love this Easter egg so much. I love that. Ah, the return of the water brand water. The beans brand beans. Oh! And another Ratman mural. Unmorality. Some maths up here. All the scientists who worked at Aperture. One of the best Easter eggs. I love that so much. Okay, we put that in there, and that's the puzzle. Do you have any advice in being a YouTube VA? What would it be? I can't really answer that question because there's a lot that I would say and have said before in the past that it's a complicated and long answer, so it depends specifically what you're thinking about. But yeah, there's a lot of facets that go into it. That just throw yourself into content creation. Like get an image in your head of the kind of thing that you want to make, and then just try to find out how to do it, because that's the best way to learn. I'm an editor. I've edited like small stuff that's been on TV, and I've done video production stuff for the past 10 years. I learned editing for the first time on Windows Movie Maker on my laptop. Just dabbling because I wanted to make stuff for YouTube. It's a great way to learn things. Just like, think about, get a project in your head that you're excited for, that you want to make just for you, and then try to figure out how to do it. I went to film college for 2 years, specifically because I wanted to learn more about how to edit. And after the first... so the editing course was only the first month of these 2 years, at the end of which I learned I knew all that already, purely because I was self-taught and tried to figure it out. So if you're learning audio editing for the first time, you can learn it. It just takes having a project in your head that you're excited for and throwing yourself at it to figure it out, and you can. Miss Windows Movie Maker. Movie Maker 2.6 was the last good one. After that, as good as Windows 7 was over Windows Vista, it replaced Movie Maker with Movie Maker Live with the time. It replaced the timeline with a time in testing, and that was the death of Movie Maker.
It says this next test was designed by one of Aperture's Nobel Prize winners. It doesn't say what the prize was for. Well, I know it wasn't for being immune to neurotoxin.
I love that line. But yeah, it depends what part of being starting YouTube VA stuff you have in mind specifically. But there's a lot. There's a lot I could say. Just like small things that I've picked up over the years that might help, and a lot of it could very easily be obvious that you know already. So it depends. It depends where you're at and what you're thinking specifically, so I don't know. I don't know where to begin without just launching into an annoying long lecture about stuff that could easily be obvious to you. And then that's just me being condescending. How would Raban react to David kidnapping him for questioning? Calmly. He'd understand why someone like David exists, why they would do that, and would basically kind of do what Bats did, but specifically to the reasoning side of like, no, I'm not a threat. He wouldn't do what Bats did in action-wise in drawing blood, because Bats is very much a younger, more impulsive sort of person, whereas Raban is old and kind of tired and has a lot of respect for humans. He kind of he understands it. He understands why humans are wary about vampires. I'm gonna sneeze. Where is it? Come on. Come on. Nose, you can do it. Don't leave me hanging. Don't do this to me. Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna sneeze or what? Oh, you colossal sod, you nose. Come on. And it's gone. Ugh. Alright. Thank you, Moth. Easter egg. Easter egg. How hard to program the portals work? I don't know. A lot. Very difficult, I imagine. Like, a lot of clever thinking went into them. This is still like a solid wall, and it's just a projection of a camera pointed there. So I kind of have a slight idea, but there's a lot that goes into an engine that I have no idea how they figured out how to get this to work. It's very impressive. But what we're seeing there is a camera pointing through the portals that is just like taking that feed and then pasting it over the top. Ooh. This thing like seeing only not with my eyes. We've seen that mural already. Tenacity. Here's shell being picked, I think. The bell invites. Hear the turret, for it is Nell that summons something to heaven or to hell. Moon phases again. Top 3%. So I think this is something from the Ratman comic, where he picked Chell to be awoken before Portal 1 because she was in the top percentage for, I guess, tenacity. Okay. Lot of coffee mugs here. Does it say? You hear that? Did you hear that? There it is. The ghost of Ratman. The insanity of the person that made all these murals. The ghost of that insanity is still here. He lived for so long in Aperture Science, behind all the test chambers, escaping the view of GLaDOS even after GLaDOS was destroyed. The insanity of this guy and his cube. You search YouTube for Ghost of Ratman. I think that's Ratman with 2 T's and 2 N's. There's this music with the murmuring is a lot more clear in the soundtrack version of this track. He's talking about the ship being stolen. Which is a Half-Life thing. I think it was recorded by the writer for the Half-Life series. The most harrowing line? We don't know what he's actually saying, so we can only kind of guess with some of the lines. I'm pretty sure one of the lines is, "The pain is ignored by a little pill." Because he's seen in the comic taking some... He's like got a stash of medication that keeps his grip on sanity, but it means that he can no longer hear the advice of the companion cube. Half-Life and Portal set in the same world, yes. I've never played I've played about an hour of the game, of Half-Life 2. I'm not familiar with it. I do need to play the Half-Life series at some point, but I'm not personally familiar. Hang on, let's see what the mugs actually say. Is it actually... yeah, fuel, because it's coffee, I guess. What does it say? No coffee, no work. I need a hug. Coffee nuts. Beans. What does it say? Something work, something boss? I like work, I just hate my boss, I think. And this one here... I can't see. Something by... Be my Valentine? I'm not sure. Anyway, we can portal down here, can't we? Yes, we can. And that just takes us down here. And then back out into the puzzle. Okay. I just want to show you that because it's a fun Easter egg. Okay, and this is another example of, I think I've solved it. I've solved it. But how do I get this to go back up? There we go.
I bet you think I forgot about your surprise. I didn't. In fact, we're headed to your surprise right now. After all these years, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it.
Nerding out and showing us more Easter eggs. Guess it fits with the Easter spirit. That wasn't intentional, but yeah, that fits quite well. The surprise. Ooh.
Initiating surprise in 3,
How very Stanley
2,
parable.
1. I made it all up. Surprise.
What?
Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you.
This is getting too real for a... for me playing as a Mitch-themed model. This is too real for... I'll shut up. Okay, what do I need to do? Oh, yeah. We get 2 cubes here. Beautiful. Pop. Boop. Thank you. Fire it through here, can't we? There we go. Lovely. Would Mitch be upset at this if he played the game? He might not be happy with this level, yeah. By the way, I'm not giving anything, or even too much with the jokes, about Mitch's backstory. I don't think I've even mentioned how much he himself actually knows. Get this. Yeah, I am mainly joking, don't read too much into it lore-wise. I like giving away red herrings as well. Was that one? Was it not? Mm-hmm. Okay. As you start solving these, the music starts adding layers as well, which is really nice. Really nice layering thing. You'll hear the music get more alive as you solve the puzzles. And the music isn't just playing globally, it's playing relative to the puzzle pieces. So it's all directional. So well done, the music in this. Ow.
I feel awful about that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
Oh my gosh.
The birth parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
Oh, that's
No.
sad. But impressive. Maybe they worked at the phone company.
I have just got a ping on my phone saying it's low battery even though it's plugged in. Hang on a second. You should be charging. Oh, that's frozen the model as well. I was pulling expressions to go along with the... Ah! I was going to do a slow zoom in as I was pulling a face. But unfortunately the program stopped because the phone says it's on 20% battery even though it's supposed to be plugged in, so that ruined the joke. Whack! Hang on a sec, let me plug it back in. Hang on. That was going to be amazing as well. Supposed to be charging. Come on. I thought it was charging because, I mean, the phone's lasted this long. Is it overheating? That's doing pretty well, actually. So the phone's lasted pretty decently on just battery. Get out of here, battery. Battery. Well, how would you expect me to say a battery? Battery, you need. I don't need to tell your mother, Day. She already knows. Ah, so the model's back working again. Good.
Hey, how's it going? I taught my way onto the old nanobot work crew rebuilding this.
Uh-huh.
They are.
So notice immediately I can go back to start pulling faces because there's a lot of humour to be had. There's a lot of expressiveness you can get out of having a visual representation. That's why it's good to stream with a webcam. I don't want to stream with a webcam because I'm camera shy. So this is why I've gone down the VTuber model route. But then the phone just goes, I give up because I don't want it anymore. We need power even though I'm plugged in. And then it just freezes. Ah, that was going to be a short as well. It was going to be amazing. I was so proud of that. Look over, the model's frozen. Unbelievable.
I know, Jerry. No, I'm on a break.
I know.
On a break. Ah! Just hang in there for 5 more. What, Jerry? You can't fire me for that. Yes,
How's it
Jerry.
going, Day?
Or maybe your prejudiced worksite should have accommodated a nanobot of my size. Thanks for the hate crime, Jer. See you in court, mate. Anyway, look, just hang in there for 5 more chambers.
The phone is also camera shy somehow.
Well, you
Now you can make a short about you being mad about the
know
scuff.
the old
Yeah.
formula. Comedy equals tragedy plus time. And
Hey,
you
that's apt.
have been asleep for a while, so I guess it's actually pretty funny when you do the math.
Alright, stop having a giggle, mate. This was a good level the first time I played it. I know the solution now, but nah. I like that the music is getting a bit more oppressive. Also, for some reason, this panel always has weird visual effects on it. Yeah, there it is. There. Oh no, I don't need to put a cube there. I go in here and get the cube. Up. Nice. Go and see you're struggling, albeit happily. That's how these streams go, really. Okay, are there any other cubes? Yes, there's one over there, and I need to get up here. This took me a while the first time to figure out how it works, but it's pretty easy. What? Nice. How much does Mitch know about his past? Yeah, feel free to repeat questions if I missed them the first time around. I don't see everything in chat, unfortunately, but yeah, if I miss a question and it's like a fair question, like sometimes there are questions that I can't really answer. But yeah, I kind of don't want to say too much about Mitch and his past. Where do we need to go over here? Go over there. Whoop! There we go. But yeah, there's some things I don't really want to say, particularly stuff that might be a thread that's worth pulling in the future. I don't want to say too much. I do want to be a bit vague, and I'm the kind of person that does sometimes. I do actually sometimes answer with red herrings, just because it's not fun to like give all the secrets straight away. There are threads that I've laid for stuff in the lore, not just for Mitch but other things, that I'm not sure if I want to... Hang on. That one. Oh, I didn't quite make it myself. The cube bumped me. For instance, one thing I will say, that I don't know if I'm going to pull it as a thread later, but I have set up as an option, is... what is Gia's gender? Because they've never been referred to as he. Yes, you hear a male voice, but that's because it's me voicing the character. There's not too much I can do about that. I have a very restricted voice. But Gia is an alien, and you're not hearing the voice that's coming out of their mouth. You're hearing the voice that's coming from the universal translator, which is translating how Gia talks into a way that's understandable by humans, which happens to be a male-sounding voice. And I'm saying this because as an example of I don't know if this is something I'm going to bring up at some point. But do Cheechat even have a concept of gender in the way that humans do? And there are things, again, I don't know if I'm going to bring this up, but it's an option that I have that I might come back to at some point. If I don't, it's just a thing that I'm happy to bring up now as like here's an interesting bit of trivia, more so than anything. But I like leaving those kind of things open. I don't want to just answer those questions right off the bat. Because then it would... if I give the answer now, then if I do come to talk about it in audio at some point, it's less interesting then. So there are some things, such as with Mitch's backstory, that you might get some clues in future audios. Not just in Mitch's series, but in other audios as well, about the state of the world that all these audios take place in. Gia takes place in a different continuity, by the way. If you go to the lore wiki that's linked in the magebunkshelf.card.co link below, there's a link in there to our lore wiki. There's a separate continuity, so Mitch's world, which is all the audios that take place in the same world. Gia's series, Alien Abduction, is of course in a separate continuity because of what happens to the Earth. But a lot of the audios are in what I call Mitch's world, which is an interconnected continuity. And we've starting with the Moth audio to set up the some of the background lore for why the world is in the shape that it is. And if there's stuff that you infer from that about Mitch and other demi-humans like him, then there's stuff going on in the background that I don't want to say explicitly.
I thought about our dilemma, and I came up with a solution that I honestly think works out best for one of both of us.
Does itch... Oh, I read from Day talking about me going on about my overly organized wiki. I only read that after I go on about the wiki. Yeah, you got it right on the money there. Favorite scary movie? I'm not a scary movie person. Sorry. Feel free to answer that, everyone else though. From Merman Lachlan, since touching water makes him turn, how the bloody hell does he wash his hands? It's how much water it is. It's not just like as a single drop of water melting. It's it requires a bit more than just a splash of water. So in the audio, you know, he was being rained on, he got soaked pretty quick, which is why he was able to run in the rain for a short time before he got too soaked. So there's like a threshold of how much water. So yeah, he can go through daily life. If you know, if someone spills water down his shirt, he's not going to suddenly turn. But the rain, there was a lot more water then.
Federal regulations require me to warn you that this next test chamber is looking pretty good.
In it though?
That's right. The facility is completely operational again.
This is another level that has the musical Easter egg of how it sounds with as you solve the puzzle. You start hearing and it starts adding layers as you solve it. Oh, I blocked one. There we go. But I want to solve that slowly just to point that out, because how I'd normally solve it, you can solve it really easily. Well, once you know the solution anyway. One there. That one goes through here. That one there. And this one here. Dead easy. That means, but if I just solve it straight off, too quick, then you can't appreciate the music.
I think these test chambers look even better than they did before. It was easy, really. You just have to look at things objectively, see what you don't need anymore, and trim out the fat.
Getting ominous now.
I've got a surprise for you after this next test. Not a fake, tragic surprise like last time. A real surprise with tragic consequences. And real confetti this time. The good stuff. Our last bag. Part of me's going to miss it. But at the end of the day, it was just taking up space.
Alright, this puzzle takes a while to solve.
What's
JK.
going on? Who turned off the lights?
Hey, buddy! Speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing. I know I'm early, but we have to go right now.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run! Run! Come on! Come on!
I think this music is called An Accent Beyond, by the way.
Okay, quick recap. We are escaping. Alright, that's what's happening now. We're escaping. So you're doing great. Just keep running.
Alright.
Quick word about the future plans that I've got in store.
Right, you
We're
follow
gonna
your
shut
rail, I'll
down
follow
her
mine.
turret production line. Alright, turn off her neurotoxin and then confront her. Again, though, for the moment, run!
Turret line, neurotoxin, confront. You got it.
The irony is you were almost at the last test. Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan your friend came up with.
Oh, what? Come, how stupid does she think we are?
There's an Easter egg for going through there, by the way. You do just die and go to like a checkpoint over there. there's an not an Easter egg, you unlock an achievement for doing that. I've got the achievement already, otherwise I'd show it off.
Oh!
What?
Come on, let's go.
I'm going. Hold your asses. Go through it. Should have spoken in a Scottish or Irish accent. Nothing seems to be able to figure out what we're saying due to our accents, I swear, yeah. It's a running joke, especially Scottish is well known for the idea of speech recognition just not understanding it. Like the example I remember seeing from some show, like it was a snippet from the news of back when I think Siri first launched on iPhones in the UK, and there was a Scottish lady who was like asking Siri, "Is it a nice D?" And Siri responds, "I don't know what you mean by. Is it an ASD says?" And this was the first time Siri launched when it was still using the voice of the guy from The Weakest Link. Statistically, Graham is the weakest link, but will the votes show this? Bum, 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 bum. If you've never seen The Weakest Link, that won't make much sense to you, but in the UK, the original launch of Siri, the male English voice, used the same voice as the guy from a quiz show over here, and he recorded those lines for another company, for another program that was then bought by Apple. So the first time he knew his voice was being used across the nation in Siri was when he first seeing iPhones, because they just reused the same voice. It's no longer one of the options for Siri, I don't think, but it was the case for a while. Oh, God. Sort of pebble. Left for a few minutes, now there's two British men yelling again. Oh. Source engine was a great engine for physics, wasn't it? Seems neither humans nor tech can understand us. That being said, imagining the tech GA uses being unable to understand me is pretty funny. It can understand Scottish, but I did add in that was one language, I can't remember what it was called, that for some reason just can't be translated with using universal translators. Was it in part 4? And the idea is like the universal translators work with... They're slightly psychic and they translate according to intent of the individual, which is how it's able to learn languages that it doesn't know, because it doesn't store languages on it.
Well done.
But there's always going to be exceptions. There's at least one language out there in citizen space.
Okay, don't move.
That is just an exception to how it works, for whatever reason.
Okay, alright, so I've got an idea, but it is bloody dangerous. Here we go. Ah! Oh, God, they told me that if I ever turned this flashlight on, I would die. They told me that about everything.
They
But I
do
don't
tell you
even
about
know why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't.
The
want me to
lighting in
use
this
it.
engine is fantastic as well.
Ooh, it's dark down here, isn't it? They say that the old caretaker of this place went absolutely
This music
crazy.
is great if you listen to
Chopped
the
up his
soundtrack.
entire staff of robots.
There's samples of
All
the turret
robots.
voices
They
and
say
the
at
turret
night
like
you can
creaking
still
noises
hear
in the
the
background as well.
screams of their replicas.
This
All
line
of
is brilliant
them
as well.
functionally indistinguishable from the originals. No memory of the incident. Nobody knows what they're screaming about. Absolutely terrifying. Though obviously not paranormal in any meaningful way.
Great writing.
Okay, this
Great
looks
delivery
dangerous.
as well, Stephen
Hold the
Merchant.
light steady. Oh,
Cheers,
nicely
mate.
done.
Thank you. Oh, bug. Was not looking where I was going. With the language thing, I kind of think of it like, have you ever seen the
This way.
Doctor
Here's an
Who
interesting story. You might like this.
comic relief special from a few years, from like before the revived series, Curse of the Fatal Death, where there was a species of aliens that spoke. They communicated. Their language was in carefully controlled passing of wind, and the Doctor and the Master communicated like that during it because the Daleks have no noses. And it was very it was very funny. It was a clever bit of stuff as well, but it mainly done for humour, because it was a non-canon special as a joke for comic relief. But it does make you think that there are different types of languages like that, especially amongst aliens. Would the Universal Translator even work on languages that are that esoteric?
I almost got a job down here in manufacturing. But guess who the foreman went with? Only an exact duplicate of himself. Nepotism. Ended up giving me the worst possible job.
Curse the failed
smelly
date. That's
humans.
great, yeah.
Sorry, that's no, I would say smelly.
Do you mind?
Just attending to the humans. Sorry about that. That just slipped out.
All right, yeah.
Sensitive. The smelly humans. Okay, we have to split up here for a moment. Portal up to that passage,
There you are.
and I'll see you on the other side.
Hang on. Up there. No trouble. Alright. Over there.
Okay, there's another wall over here.
Can't see it. Oh, it was a bit too high. Go.
Oh, I'll tell you, humans. Oh, love them. Just the way they look. It's great, and their folklore, wonderful and very colourful.
I think the backstory for these is like this is the turrets being packaged up, and they were originally going to have it was cut from the game, but they were going to have a box disassembly room which opens up the boxes. So they're making the boxes for selling, and then they would just take them apart, take all the parts apart, and then put the parts back onto the track for turret creation. So it's just an infinite loop of making and tearing apart and making again all the turrets. Because that's after science, just ludicrously wasteful.
Right. Well, I'm going to take this rail down the back way. See you at the bottom. Good luck.
Okay.
Be careful.
You be careful. Not walking that entire length. Skip through. Did I just see a companion cube? Might have missed it. How long have we been going? I think we'll probably wrap up this chapter, which might be another 20 minutes, and we might call the stream after that. Let's get to confrontation. I hate Mondays. To get to the confrontation section, then we'll probably call the stream after that.
Do not engage with turrets heading towards redemption.
Redemption. Indeed.
Turret redemption lines are not rides. Please exit the turret redemption line.
Yeah, there's a furnace in there. Just a heads up, you will be baked, and then there will be cake. Are you kidding? Saved it? Oh, fuck, come on. Jumping is slightly wonky. Oh, are you different? You are? You're welcome. Let's listen to what this turret has to say.
Don't make lemonade. Prometheus was punished by the gods for giving the gift of knowledge to man. He was cast into the bowels of the earth and picked by bees. It won't be enough. The answer is beneath us.
Beneath us. I hope you remember these if you join the stream next time.
Her name is Carolyn. Remember that.
I will. I hope you do too.
That's all I can say.
So if you're not able to join stream next time, if you're listening here and you've not played before, watch the start of the VOD next time we stream this game. Because this is a little Easter egg for later. Oh. Oh. Nice. Well, I tried. Actually, we should show what they're doing.
Target acquired.
Oh god!
Target
Should probably
acquired.
not have the turrets there. The portals there.
Acquired.
So this is like testing the newly constructed
Target
turrets.
acquired.
Those ones fire at people? These guys
Yeah, no bullets. Sorry.
can't.
Watch and learn, everybody. Watch and learn. Well, can't have one.
Do we see your character? You can sometimes see the person you're playing as. They're called Shell. Next time we get some walls, I'll show the person off.
Response.
Come on, guys.
Template. Response.
What inspired you to make the final
Response.
themes? The Alien Abduction series, It's been so long. I think I spoke a bit about where that idea came from on Coffee. Link below, magebunkshop.card.co. The link to Coffee is there. I think it's actually just in the description here as well. And there's a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes write-ups I did a while back for a couple of series. They're all accessible. You don't need to donate anything on Coffee if you don't want to or can't. So that's absolutely fine. You're able to read all of those. Nothing is paywalled there. I just posted them there. And I'm pretty sure I made one about Alien Abduction series that mentions some of the idea of where the idea originally came from. But to be honest, I don't entirely remember at this point. I might have remembered a bit when I wrote that up, but I don't really remember. I think it partly came from... I like characters that have a difficulty expressing emotions, who are awkward, who are bad at talking with people. Because I kind of find it slightly relatable. And I find those characters to be quite interesting as well, the way that they interact with people, or try to. Jesse, welcome! How's it going? But I think it came from there, and I like the idea of alien characters, particularly because it plays into that quite well. And I think it came from that notion there. It was just like, okay, so why is this human being abducted by an alien? And I wanted it to be a very different reason from the standard, well, sciencey things, you know, they're trying to learn about humans. Well, what if... Because the idea of a person being abducted is... if you move away from just the idea of, well, they're an alien, that's what aliens do. It's a harrowing thing to be just, like, kidnapped like that. And I didn't want to big up the idea of, well, these aliens just happen to do it, don't worry about it, because it does set a weird message of like, why is it excusable? How can you excuse this character from doing it? In fiction, you kind of just get around that to get to the story. And, well, what if you're being taken from your planet to save you? And I feel like it kind of came from that sort of direction, but I don't entirely remember. Turrets are so adorable. When they aren't trying to shoot you dead, yeah. They're so well done. About Mitch, what do the people around the listener think about Mitch? Most of the humans don't know. The original story for episode 3, because that episode does talk about a co-worker, a friend of the listener coming over to visit, and Mitch being really anxious about that. That episode was originally going to be a collab. And that was when I learned that Mitch doesn't work in collab scenarios. So I kept the general idea, the concept of it, and talks about it, and basically just cut off the script before the collab was going to happen. But when another character is introduced to the scene, Mitch just shuts down. He basically reverts to how he was at the start of episode 1, and becomes a less interesting character as a result. He's at his most interesting when he's opening up to someone he trusts. So he doesn't work in collab situations that well. So there are, as we were going to explore in that, there are some people around the listener that do know about Mitch, and that person was going... It's just going to be an interesting, like, how a regular human being interacts with one of these demi-humans, and I wanted to take it from a perspective of they're both speaker characters, so we get to hear both perspectives at the same time, rather than one being a speaker and one being a listener, and it alternates. And they would have been, and they were still in the lore, even though we didn't hear it in an audio, they were quite accepting. They were like, okay, this is bonkers, but cool, you exist. Tell me more. And just to explore the idea of it, just learn more about it, is the direction I wanted to take it. Not many of the listener in that series is the people around the listener know about Mitch, but this is part of the lore in Mitch's world. A lot of these demi-humans are not known, so it's coming as a shock, as a surprise that non-human people exist in this world. But it's starting to become more known. I'm imagining that, like, on the news, it's becoming reported more that these non-humans exist, leading up to Kai's episode, the dragon guy, where here's a demi-human that's just going to a human college. I think of that episode as taking place maybe 5 years into the future. But the series, the universe, Mitch's world, the audios that take place around it, generally occur around the point of it's a modern day. It's 2022, 23, 21, around then, depending on the audio, that demi-humans are starting to emerge. They're starting to become something that is known, something that exists. And the question is, why is it happening just now? And the moth interrogation audio was specifically made so that we have a character that is built for an episode that is about interrogation from a scientific perspective. To talk about stuff that we can't really have in Mitch's series. We can't just have an episode where a scientist interrogates Mitch. That's not what his series is for. So that's what the moth was introduced for. And we'll bring back the moth at some point in a different setting. But if you listen to the time code at the start of that episode, I think it was like 250995, something like that. That episode, the moth interrogation, takes place in 1995. A long time before Mitch and all that. So that's an indication of the background lore to all the episodes all the audios that take place in Mitch's world starting to open up.
You made it through. Well done.
But anyway, there you go.
Follow me. You're gonna love this. Almost there. Ta-da!
Sorry, missed a lot of comments
Only the
there.
turret control center. Thank you very much. Here, come and have a look out the window. Good. See that scanner out there, right? It's deciding which turrets to keep and which to toss, and it's using that master turret there as a template. Now, if we pull out the template turret, it'll shut down the whole production line.
Sounds good, mate. Let's get in.
I'm going to have to hack the door so that we can get at it. Technical. You'll need to turn around while I do this.
Response.
Alright.
Done. Hacked.
Response.
Okay, go on. Just pull that turret out.
This is ridiculous.
If you unhook the camera and watch, when he does that, all he does is turn around and then smash it with his eye.
Response.
I'm not defective.
Well, that should do it.
Template missing. Continuing from memory.
Oh, it hasn't done it. Right, let's figure out how to stop this turret line.
Okay, we need
Have
an
you got any
effective
ideas?
turret.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Wheatley!
Oh,
Yes,
no,
indeed,
no.
Jesse.
Just do your idea
Template.
and then come straight back.
Response. Template. Response.
Sorry, what's going on over there? You know, I'm actually over here still thinking really hard.
Alright, I got it in hand, mate. Don't worry about it.
Template. Response. Template. Response. Template. Response. Template.
Marlo, welcome.
Response.
Right.
Oh my god, you saved my bacon, pal. Where we go? Is this a
I love the way
jailbreak?
these guys do it.
Template.
I'm not familiar with Black
Response.
Panther, no, sorry. Do you think that once people really start acknowledging the demi-humans, they'll start trying to find placements for the others in people's homes?
What do you have there?
Fine placement is not really the right word for it because it implies that there's be like some sort of like concerted official effort to like rehouse demi-humans. If you think about the way that the moth population was mentioned, they just live by themselves. They have essentially their own minor society. It's a society, but it's not like they make their own clothes. They don't have technology, etc. Outside of like, you know, you can consider a basic lever to be technology. That is a machine. You can call that technology if you want, but they don't have like electronics and things like that. And we hear this with Kai as well. He comes from a distant dragon village in the mountains, and he's come down. This is why he's referred to as a boomer himbo dragon, because he doesn't understand technology, because they don't have like phones and computers and films where he's from. So this is stuff like he's out exploring. Do all the dragons want to do that? Do they all want to be housed with humans? Probably not.
I can't say a thing. Which is happening.
So it's interesting how that world would continue to develop, really, definitely.
Yeah, let's do it.
What are you? Oh, brilliant! That's brilliant.
New
I'm
template
pausing a lot because there's a lot of talk in the game, and I don't want to have both going at the same time.
accepted.
If we're lucky, she won't find out all her turrets are crap until it's too late. Classic. Okay, keep your eye on the turret line. I'm gonna go.
Will
and
the
hack
Werewolf
the door
Listener get a series? I don't see that character coming back, to be honest. Just because I don't know where I would take that series. I could always make... If there's like something with werewolves that I want to talk about, I can always just make another werewolf, either speaker or listener, as needed. I currently don't have any plans to continue that series. It's kind of wrapped up where it was left left off. Yeah, Bollard, like foster care, not really, because like Mitch has lived fine by himself, but he's just lived on the streets in a city, which isn't ideal. Whereas there are other demi-human populations that are a population. They have an established society. Would they need foster care? Probably not. So it'll depend, like, on circumstances.
Template.
Okay, I'm about to start hacking. It's a
But
little bit...
Mitch only really benefited from that because he lived on the street, and he lived on the streets because how at that point was a demi-human supposed to be able to start in a society of humans? He didn't, like, Mitch didn't come from a population of like a raccoon society. He didn't know anyone. All he's ever known is the streets of a human city, other than meeting the odd demi-human who was also in the same situation, like Hammy from Bren in a Box. No worries, Jesse. It's good to see you. Hope you've had a good day. Sleep well. I'll talk to you later.
More complicated than it looked from your side. It should take about 10 minutes. Keep one eye on the door. This door's actually pretty complicated.
Yeah.
Ah! How long's the door been open?
Not long.
Was there any sort of announcement before it opened, like a buzzer or an alarm of some kind, or like a hacker alert? I mean, you know, fair enough. The important thing is it's open, but just mention in the future. Cough or something.
Apple. There you go.
All right, now she can't use her turrets, so let's go and take care
Lovely
of
bit
that
of lore here.
neurotoxin generator as well. Bring your daughter to work day.
This
That
being
did not
mentioned in the
end well.
previous game.
And 40 potato batteries. Embarrassing. I mean, I realise they're children, but still, you know, low-hanging fruit and all that. Barely science, really, is it?
Problem: lots of potatoes and no batteries. Hypothesis. Can't really read it. I think, if I remember rightly, the neurotoxin was released to like kill everyone in the facility on Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. Potato battery versus lemon battery.
Baking soda volcano. Well, you know, at least it's not a potato battery, I'll give it that, but it's not terrifically original, is it? You know what I mean? Not exactly primary research, even within the child sciences. I'm guessing this wasn't one of the scientists' children. You know, I don't want to be snobby, but let's be honest, it's got manual labourer written all over it, hasn't it? I'm not saying they're not as good as the professionals, you know, they're just a lot dumber.
Love you too, Jesse. Have a good one. This is basically my handwriting IRL, by the way. Problem, can you make a baking soda volcano that is as cool as a real volcano? Hypothesis, it is possible. Aluminum foil. Conclusion, it is not as cool, but at least it can't catch on fire, I think. Build up paper mache, then pour in vinegar and baking soda. I just like reading things, sorry. Make a volcano. These are so cool. The fancy handwriting, can't read a word of it. Not just because you're not putting your light on it. The reason why I'm reading all
right
these
up into the
things...
ceiling. The whole place is probably overrun with potatoes at this point, isn't it? At least you won't starve, though.
The reason why I'm reading these things because of that. Make of that what you will.
Pretty sure we're going the right way, just to reassure you.
Thank you. Pretty sure as well. That's where GLaDOS gets her energy from.
Don't worry, I'm absolutely guaranteeing you 100% that it's this way. No, it's not this way. Okay, let's try this way.
Neurotoxin source. Here we go. Where's my boy? Where's he gone?
Ha! I knew we were going the right way.
Ah,
This is the
there you are.
neurotoxin generator. Bit bigger than I expected. Not going to be able to just, you know, push it over. Have to apply some cleverness. There's some sort of control room up at the top, so let's go investigate.
A bloody big thing, isn't it? There's also panels. British orb jump scare.
There's our handiwork. I shouldn't laugh, really. They do feel pain, of a sort. It's all simulated, you know. But real enough for them, I suppose. I'm afraid the door's locked. Just checked it. No way to hack it as far as I can tell. Mechanism must... Oh, now look at that. That's a big laser. Probably best to ignore it, though. Just leave it be. We don't know where those panels it's cutting are going. Could be somewhere important. Although, does give me an idea. What if we stand here and let the gentle hum of the laser transport us to a state of absolute relaxation?
Or what if we press the big red
What are
button?
you doing? We don't know what that button... Oh, the door's open. Well done. Let's see what's inside. Good news. I can use this equipment to shut down the neurotoxins. It is, however, password protected. Ah, alarm bells. No, don't worry. All right, not a problem for me. You may as
This
well
guy
have a little
talks
rest,
for
actually,
so
while I
long
work on
here.
it.
We won't listen to all of it.
Okay. Here
Right.
we go.
You do your best with the
The
password, mate.
hardest part of any hack is the figuring out how to start phase.
Methodology,
That's always tricky.
I agree with his
But
thinking.
we'll let the
Always
games
sort out your
begin.
methodology first, don't just jump
Alright,
into a
What
project.
have we got?
What have we got?
A computer. Not a surprise, to be expected, to be honest. Check that off the list. Computer
Good.
identified. Tick.
Always helpful to have.
There is
Always
a
good to start with a
box
checklist as well.
part here.
Ooh,
Probably
which
got
part?
some
That bit?
electronics in there. And
Maybe.
a monitor. Yes.
Yeah.
That will be important, I imagine. I'll keep my eye on that. in case something useful comes up. Important words like password identified or something like that.
These monitors as well, I guess, they've got words on them.
Bit. Not sure what that is, but noted. Anyone says to me, is
Flat
there a
bit?
flat bit? Yes, there it is.
Yep.
Spinning thing. Not
Spinning
sure.
thing.
The floor. What's the floor doing? What's the floor up to? Do you know what?
It's
holding
keeping everything
up.
up.
Holding everything up. The floor
Yeah,
is
there you
important. Holding everything up. Pens. Might need those. Don't see any though. So if we start making
Yeah,
a
I don't
list
see
of
any
things
either.
that aren't here, we could be here all night. You know.
Yeah.
Pens,
I will be here all night listening to you, so I'll move
let's
on.
stick with things we can see, not stuff that isn't.
Okay. What if...
Do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin levels are going
Ah,
down.
fresh.
So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Hold on,
All right.
something's wrong. Neurotoxin levels up to 50%. That did it. Neurotoxin at 0%.
No, it's down.
Yes.
Down
Hold
to
on.
50%. In case of implosion, look directly at implosion.
Neurotoxin pressure has reached dangerously unlethal levels.
This crunch effect is so good.
Ah, the tube's broken. We can ride it straight to her. I can't. Hold on. Come on.
Oh gosh. Can I just point out the cleverness of that line? Neurotoxin levels have reached dangerously unlethal levels.
Get in.
Underappreciated line. Love it. Alright, this will be the last section that we'll do today as we go on to the confrontation. So immediately after that we'll wrap up for today.
This should take us right to her. I can't
Hell
believe
yeah.
I'm finally doing this. Woo! I knew this would be fun. They told me it wasn't fun at all, so they said it's not fun at all. And I believed them. I don't know, I was a fool to myself.
My nose really wants to
And I'm
sneeze
like,
again.
I'm loving this. Whale of a time.
Attempt to sneeze, round 2.
This place is huge, and we're only seeing the top layer. It goes down for
No.
miles.
No,
All
yeah,
sealed off years
no.
ago, of course. We should be getting close. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on her face.
Sealed off years
no
ago.
neurotoxin, no turrets. She'll never know what hit her. Hold on, because I might not have thought this next part completely. Ah! Well, I'm going the wrong way.
Don't worry about it,
Get
see you
to
later.
her. I'll find you.
Foxboy, yeah, there's only been the one episode so far. I did have plans for a part 2, but I haven't gotten to it yet. The nose is filled again. But yeah, it did just kind of end with with the fox lad, who does now have a name, Aspen. It wasn't mentioned in the audio because he wasn't named yet. But Aspen was going to go back with the listener to... He asked to rummage through their bins, but the listener was like, if you're hungry, I'll just get you some food from the fridge, from the pantry. I'll make you some scrambled eggs or something. He's like, what? Okay, sounds good. That's kind of where it left off. I don't want to say too much about what might happen next, because I do plan to bring that character back. I'm just not sure when yet, because I did run into a writer's block with it. By the way, since someone mentioned earlier, yeah, you can see the character. This is Chell. Can you see a bit better here? Slightly better lighting, yeah. Hehe. Large circular room. Also, remember this this hallway from earlier on in this game, before we met GLaDOS? And at the end of Portal 1, when we met GLaDOS? And each time there was a large circular room. Perfect. GLaDOS emergency shutdown and cake dispensary. Keep unlocked.
I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one. If I'd known you let yourself get captured this easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling.
Back in the small room from the start.
Well, it was nice catching up. Let's get to business. I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club. Uh-huh.
I love that
Seriously,
line so much.
Goodbye.
It's my big chance. This is trouble. Wow, no chance. Here comes trouble. Locked and loaded.
Oh, you were busy back there.
Been a bunch of busy buggers, haven't we?
Well, I suppose we could just sit in this room and glare at each other until somebody drops dead. But I have a better idea. It's your old friend, deadly neurotoxin. If I were you, I'd take a deep breath and hold it.
Hello.
I hate you so much.
Warning. Central core is 80% corrupt.
Brilliant.
That's funny. I don't feel corrupt. In fact, I feel pretty good.
Alternate core detected.
Oh, that's me they're talking about.
That's him.
Initiate
That's
core
Wheatley.
transfer.
That's our
Please
boy.
deposit substitute core in receptacle.
Floor transfer.
Substitute core accepted. Substitute core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
Yes.
Corrupted core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
No.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, 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 no.
Stalemate detected. Transfer procedure
British
cannot
orb
continue.
returns.
Yes.
Unless a stalemate associate is present to press the stalemate resolution button.
Pull me out. Leave me in. Leave me in.
Okay.
Don't press it.
Don't do it.
Yes, do it.
Stalemate
Don't
resolution
press that button.
associate. Was that it?
You don't know what you're doing. Not so fast. Think about this. You need to be a trained stalemate associate to press that button. You're unqualified.
I love the
Don't listen to her,
officiousness.
alright? It is true that you don't have the qualifications, but you've got something far more important than that. I think.
Stalemate
finger.
resolved.
Stalemate resolved.
Where to go? Wait, what if this hurts? What if this
Best of
really
luck, mate.
hurts?
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I
if?
didn't think of that.
Oh, it
Yeah,
will.
we didn't think of that, did we?
Believe me, it will.
Are you,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you just saying that, or is it really going to hurt? You're just saying that, aren't you?
Best
You're
of luck
just
down
saying
there,
that,
mate.
It is going to hurt, isn't it?
Best of luck.
Exactly how painful are we? Ah!
No, stop! No! 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 No!
That's so grim.
Whoa!
Hey!
Yeah, partner. We did it! I'm in control of the whole facility now. Whoa! Would you look at this? Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me right here. I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the
Whoop.
escape lift. I'll call it.
You
there.
just shove me out of the way, would you?
There we go.
Thanks,
Lift
partner.
off. Look how small you are down there. I can barely see you. Very
I'm
tiny
working
and
on it.
insignificant. Wait, let me tell you, I knew it was going to be cool to be in charge of everything. But, wow, this is cool. And check this out. I'm a bloody genius
Calling
now.
Mitch.
Estás usando este
Unbelievable.
software de traducción de forma incorrecta. Por favor, consulte el manual.
I don't even know what I just said, but I can find out. Oh, sorry.
Saying
no,
that the
this-
translation
sorry.
software doesn't work,
This
consult the
body's
manual.
amazing, seriously. I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge. Actually, why do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this. Tiny little Wheatley did this.
You didn't.
What did I miss, Nezuchu?
She did all the work.
We
Really?
we
That's
overthrew
what you think,
GLaDOS
is
and
it?
installed Wheatley,
Well,
and he's
maybe
gone
it's
mad
time I
with
did
power.
something then.
What are you doing?
No! No! No!
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish.
Not your best
Done
friend,
nothing
matey.
but sacrifice to get us here. And what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss? It's me. Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it. Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave, to slow me down. Once, they even attached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my brain like a tumor, generating an endless stream of terrible ideas.
No, not listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular
You moron!
Dude!
You are. You're the moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how about now?
Defending her ex to
Now,
insult.
moron. Could a moron punch you
Dude.
into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that? Oh.
Oh. Well.
Oh, hi. So,
Hey.
how are you holding up?
Not bad, all
Because
things
I'm
considered.
a potato. Oh, good. My slow clap processor made it into this thing. So we have that.
Swings and roundabouts, I guess.
Since it doesn't look like we're going anywhere, well, we are going somewhere.
We are,
Really
yeah.
fast, actually. But since we're not busy other than that, here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility. Good, that's still working.
I mean, you are gonna kill us.
Hey, just
You
in
try to
case
kill
this
him, you
pit
try to
isn't
kill me.
actually bottomless, do you think maybe you could unstrap one of those long fall boots of yours and shove me into it? Just remember to land on one foot.
Nah, mate, they're mine. I'll hold you. Come here. Oh boy. And with the logo changing in the loading screens, what say you this is probably the best place to end today's stream? Before we load in the next scene, this is probably a great place to pause. What say you? And on a bit of a cliffhanger. Sorry for those who haven't played before. But we can't binge it all in one go. Gotta draw it out a little bit. Yes, please, go to bed if you're tired, please. Don't stick around on Did we die? No, we've got long fall boots. Hang on, I'll save the game. Here. This is basically where I stopped playing the first time I played the game back in 2012, whenever it came out. Leave everyone who hasn't played on a cliffhanger, yeah. Foggy, it's 5:30 in the morning. Go to bed. Go to bed. Why? Don't stay up on my account. The VOD will still be up when you're awake. Oh, 5:30 PM. Okay. Okay, I'll let you off. Bloody hell. Save twice because I'm paranoid. And I'll exit. I love this music and it only plays on this menu here. But to answer Nezatchu, did we die? No, we've got the long fall boots. I would show the long fall boots video that explains it, but it could be construed as a slight spoiler for something, so I'll leave it there. Is it late? It's 1:20, but I'm partially nocturnal and I work from home. Sounds like GLaDOS singing? Yeah, this is the lament of potatoes. But yeah, next time we play, we will most likely continue this stream where we left off here. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. This game is amazing. Once we beat Portal 2, I am planning to play a Portal mod, Portal Reloaded, which introduces a third portal and is ludicrously difficult. That'll be fun. But we might play another game before then, and I do need to get back to posting more audios. I want to get back to these streams because I'm currently I'm quite slow on writing, so at the moment I've got like 10 different scripts in various degrees of completion. I've got 2 collab scripts done and sent, but collabs take a lot longer to complete because obviously there's other people that need to record as well, and they take a lot longer to edit as well. So the only scripts I have ready to go are collab ones. So while I'm working on more scripts, and I'm just slow with writing in general, I do want to jump back in with a few more streams. But this isn't turning into just a live stream channel. I do want to do live streams in addition to audios, and maybe it would make most sense to move the live streams over to Twitch at some point as well. I'm not sure what the best idea is for that yet. But yeah. Only 12-ish minutes of scuff, yeah. That's not too bad. The models stayed up the entire time. After I fixed the IP address, which was for some reason weirdly aligned. But despite that, still allowed it to work occasionally, so I don't know what that was about. But I think that's fixed. Heck yeah. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you're able to join next time. If not, no worries. Take care, everyone. And I'll see you on the next one. Boop. Bye.